So, I know a lot of people have been wondering what this planet is. What is the setting? Why are Ahsoka and Hera here? And also, why is the Inquisitor here? Well, I think I might have an idea. What is going on, everyone? And welcome back to Cantina Talk. We have gotten this setting now, not only in 4 trailers, but as well as in leaks from last year's Comic-Con, as well as Celebration. I went through all the pieces of information that have been scattered around about this place, as well as re-edited the clips from the trailers for the setting. I'm going to be having 2 videos coming out next week, one being for the Red Forest, as well as one being for the Temple area. But without further ado, I'm going to play for you my new re-edited version of the trailer for you guys from this section.
To see the my life fighting a war.
Actually, bring
So with that, I know the audio doesn't line up with each one. This is because the footage is from 4 different trailers, and each of them have been edited differently with audio, music, color correction, etc. Mainly, I took some of the scenes and extended them with the footage we've already gotten previously. As well, I'm going to be adding all of the leaked footage and photos we have in this as well and breaking this down, giving this scene and this area way more context. The first shot is a BTS shot from the Journey trailer, which shows Ahsoka spinning with her lightsabers activated and her unaliving someone. That is then followed by a brief shot that we had just gotten of Hera in the new official trailer, shooting her blurred blaster from Rebels. This is a very blink and you'll miss it scene. Even new rock stars missed this in their breakdown. After that, we have seen this shot 3 times now since the first teaser trailer. But if you look real closely at the top left, you can see that Hera is running away while Ahsoka is jumping through the window. I believe that there is a hallway behind them. I'm going to be having more on this later to further elaborate. But there is a hallway behind them that I believe Hera is running to so that she can get to the Phantom, while Ahsoka is jumping out the window in pursuit of someone. Ahsoka then jumps out of the window and lands on the ground. That is followed by the shot of Ahsoka activating her lightsabers. This is right before she's about to fight the new Inquisitor. We then get a new shot from the official trailer of the droid and the Inquisitor both fighting Ahsoka in the same area. You can tell this is the same area, not only based on the background, but the floor being wet as well. I'm also going to be having more on this in a little bit. This shot is followed by Ahsoka sweeping the leg of the droid right before her and the Inquisitor perform a saber lock. It is a quick cut, but if you look at the bottom left, the droid is still getting up, so this is obviously right after the last shot. With the shot that is following this, Ahsoka is then seen eliminating the Morgan Elsbeth droid. This is taken from the final shot of the Begin trailer. This leads right into when Ahsoka force pushes the Inquisitor in the next shot. If we take a look at this shot, as the wide-angle shot of Ahsoka force pushing the Inquisitor, if we see right behind Ahsoka, there is definitely the body there of the Morgan Elsbeth droid. So, with him being force pushed away, I believe this is when he turns around and then starts running towards Baylan and Shin's ship. This then would make a whole lot of sense for the next shot. So, with this shot, we get the Inquisitor running away from Ahsoka, as well as covering fire being laid down by Baylan and Shin's ship. Very briefly, I'll zoom in and we can see the Inquisitor running away from Ahsoka, presumably after she eliminated the droid. And surprisingly, the Inquisitor is running towards Baylan and Shin's ship. And it also looks like that Baylan and Shin's ship is trying to lay down covering fire to deter Ahsoka so that the Inquisitor can get away. But knowing Ahsoka, she doesn't care and she continues to chase it. This is the conclusion of the first part of the fight scene. I am now going to move on to the aerial dogfight. Now on to the dogfight. I have compiled all 4 of the clips that we have from each of the trailers, as well as the BTS scenes. We start off with Hera following the ship. This is not Baylan or Shin's ship, but I believe it is what they originally came to the Shipyard for, and Hera is in pursuit of it. This will line up with what I said earlier about her running through the hallway. This is continued with a shot of the inside of the Phantom, and we only see Hera and choppers on the outside. I believe this is taking place during Ahsoka's fight. We then get the shot of Hera and her face, but if you take a look at her face, her mouth is open and she seems to be a little bit more relaxed. This makes me believe that this is at the beginning of the pursuit. We then get our first shot of Chopper from the outside of the Phantom. It is very brief, but it does allow us to follow along with the blaster shot from the ship that they are following. After that, we get a shot of the blaster bolt hitting the piece of equipment that the transport ship is carrying, as well as a near miss from a blaster bolt hitting the Phantom. With how close that was and the expression of Hera's face on the next shot, this is why I put this here. If you look at her face now, she seems to be extremely focused and maybe even struggling a little bit. Lastly, this is followed up by a different shot of Chopper with the blaster bolt going past him as well. This was the only part that didn't 100% fit with the rest of the footage. but is in fact still the same setting. Now, if I take all the footage that I re-edited and I put it with the set photos, leaked photos, and behind the scenes footage, we are able to get a way better understanding of this area. So, do you remember that hallway that I talked about? Well, this is what I was referencing. We have the first leaked photo from Comic-Con last year of Hera and Ahsoka following someone into this control room. This is also the same place where the window is that Ahsoka jumps out of. The image is extremely blurry, but I believe the person that is in front of Ahsoka is the same person that she later slashes with her lightsaber in the BTS footage. I'm also going to be having more on that in a little bit. There also looks to be a figure in front of them that could be an RA-7 protocol droid, just like AP-5 from Rebels. It also sort of looks like the Inquisitor's helmet, but this is very unlikely. Following this, I have one of the Empire magazine photos of Hera and Ahsoka in this control room together. I believe this is right before things turn sour, and they are here trying to get the information that is needed to find that piece of equipment. I am also going to be following this up with one of the photos that we have received from Covered Geekly, where it is set in the same control room. But Ahsoka has both lightsabers activated and looks to be either trying to do a Jedi mind trick, read the person's mind, or is force pushing them, which also doesn't seem super likely. Then, this is where the BTS footage starts of Ahsoka slashing the one person in the red shirt. This is the person that I was talking about earlier that is in front of Ahsoka. Then we get the shot of Hera shooting. Presumably, it is at the AP-7 lookalike droid that is in the room, making it the final person that is here. This is then followed by the shot of Ahsoka jumping out the window and Hera running down the hallway. After that, we get the shot of Ahsoka activating her lightsabers again. We then have a shot of the BTS footage that looks to be of Ahsoka talking with one of the stunt coordinators while swinging her lightsabers. The only reason why I have this here is if you look closely, at the middle left side, there is someone there with a hose wetting the floor here. This is part of what I was talking about with the floor being wet, but I'm still going to have more on this later. And with that, we're going to go to our next BTS photo from Covered Geekly. I know some of you might be saying, well, the screen before was gray and now it is blue. And you are 100% correct. But with that, many times on sets, they shoot things from different days, different angles, reshoots, etc. And some scenes are easier done with green screen, blue screen, gray screens, etc. And that is most likely the case here. And if you look at the ground once again, it has been made wet. And there is someone behind Ahsoka in a mocap suit with a staff. This is before the Morgan Elsbeth guard droid had been finished with VFX. As well, Ahsoka is kicking the Inquisitor here. I believe this is how he ends up on the ground when she goes and sweeps the leg of the droid in the next shot. The Inquisitor also is unmasked here, but it is because they have tracking dots so that the stunt performer or actor that is in the suit can see what they're doing with the fight choreography that they have to perform. They then later add in the face shield with VFX. We then get the next shot of Ahsoka sweeping the leg of the droid while the Inquisitor is getting up off the ground. This is right before they perform a saber clash. This is then followed by the scene of Ahsoka finishing off the droid without the Inquisitor being present, as well as the solo fight of her and the Inquisitor. Really quickly, if you pay attention to the ground here, it is wet. The next shot is of Ahsoka chasing the Inquisitor towards Baylan and Shin's ship. If you also look at the middle left, there is a ship there on the water. This then correlates with the water and the ships being here when we see the shots of Chopper from the outside POV of the Phantom later on. This is where all my things that I have added to this trailer end. And with that, I'm going to play for you the new fully edited version of this area with all the BTS footage, the photos, etc. just to be able to give you a way better understanding of what is really going on here. So I hope that gives a little bit more context to this area and everything that is surrounding with it. So now I'm going to move on to the theory part of the video. And I have to say again, this is just a theory. Star Wars Theory said in his live reaction to the Ahsoka trailer that Morgan Elsbeth owns the Shipyard. I haven't really been able to find a whole lot on this, but it makes sense not only for her droids being here, but as well as the Inquisitor, Baylan, and Shin. We know that all four of them are working together now, and I will most likely be making a video on the subject later next week. With all this being said though, I believe that they are here to steal something from Morgan Elsbeth's Shipyard that is either important to them or to stop her from finding Thrawn. I'm really curious to see where this leads further and what leads up to this setting taking place. I would love to hear from you all in the comments down below. With that all being said, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And lastly, may the Force be with you all.